Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. And today we're going to be going over something that the game doesn't really tell you about, but is very important for your progression. And that is your job system. Now, job systems are an enhancement of your original class. Usually they're more specialized in whatever role you're going to be doing. For example, Lancer to Dragoon, you get more damage, more attributes. You do lose some cross-class skills from 10 to 5, and you can only cross-class from certain classes. In Dragoon's case, I think it's what, Marauder and Pugilist, something like that. It's different for every class, but for every job, say again Dragoon, you need a level 30 Lancer and a level 15 Marauder. For Monk, I believe it was level 30 Pugilist, level 15. Was it Lancer? I don't know. And for Bard, I think it's what, level 30 Archer and level 15 Black Mage. I don't remember. The point is, look it up. You're gonna want to do this. I know it's somebody thinking, well, why do I need a job? I can just have 10 cross-class abilities. Yes, but you're not gonna get your job's full abilities. You can't use, for example, Jump as a Lancer. You have to be a Dragoon. You can't use, oh crap, what's it called? Rockbreaker for Monk? You get what I'm saying here. You get access to unique abilities you're going to want to be able to use. And, yeah, we're just going to skip ahead here forward past the inevitable quest chains because that's kind of boring. So, once you actually get your prerequisites out of the way, go back to your original training thing. In this case, I'm going back to the Lancers Guild in Gridania and do your level 30 class quest. This is one of the few times I'm going to show the entire class quest in full, because usually they're rather plain, but not this time. Okay, so maybe not in full, but I'm not going to make you watch the story. But I just want you to see the whole process of this whole thing. So I got my level 30 class quest. I'm still just a Lancer, and at the end of this quest, I will still be just a Lancer. Because to get your job quest, you have to do all your class quests. That's what you gotta do. So I gotta go all the way over there, and this is going to take me a little while. I am not the fastest navigator. But to clarify, jobs, again, give you a pretty decent size attribute bonus. So, I mean, my strength went from like 130 to like 150. That's a pretty good chunk, considering strength or dexterity if you're a ninja correlates to attack power. And doing more damage is always a good thing. I'm imagining if you're a tank, you get a lot more vitality. I mean, when I jumped from Pugilist to Monk, my HP went from like 600 to 850. It don't sound like a whole lot, but for one level, from 29 to 30, that's a pretty big jump right there. Also, if you are in a level above a level 30 dungeon, and you're a class, you can pretty much bet someone is going to call you out on it. Someone is going to say, you should really go do your job quest. They're not just saying that to make you feel bad, they're doing it because it's actually what's best for you. But the game doesn't really give you any inclination. The game just kind of throws it at you, and you're supposed to just find it out by yourself. I mean, heck, at the end of the Lancer quest chain, they don't really tell you what to do. They just say, it's up to you to find out what to... to find challenges to make yourself stronger, or something along those lines. Of course, if you have the basic comprehension of, paying attention, you'll find the quest 2 seconds after he said that. But, some people, maybe they don't. And maybe that's why you see some level 60 gladiators running around. I'm not gonna make fun of people who don't get their jobs, merely trying to educate those who are not familiar with it. Oh, and for those wondering, when am I going to get to the Chocobo companion, that's going to be toward the end of the video. The first part's going to be for jobs, because that's, I would say, a little more important than learning how to get your Chocobo. But some of these class quests are a little more challenging than others. This one I don't remember being too awful bad, as long as you don't sit in the big AoEs. Because you actually want them to do the AoEs, so they don't auto-attack the crap out of you, but... As far as general things go, I mean, you've all done this before, these specific types of quests. Well, maybe not 4 at a time, but you've done you know, these whole go to this place and then kill so many, whatever. That's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is at level 30, the game really just kind of throws you to the wolves in the best way possible. You get two new maneuvers. If you did your job quest, you get the one from your class at level 30, for example, phlebotomize for the Lancer here. That's what I'm going to get at the end of this. And then at level 30, once you get your job, you get either jump or rock breaker or whatever the class you're playing as, whatever job you're going to be gets for that level. And you also get your Chocobo companion. You unlock. Actually, I'm pretty sure I should have unlocked that dungeon 2 levels ago, but I unlocked a dungeon at 30 as well. The other thing about jobs is that after you've gotten your job, which I know this is a little premature in the video to say this, but it's worth noting in case I forget to do so later. After you get your job, for example, after I become a Dragoon here, I'm not going to be going back to the Lancers Guild in Gridania. No, 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 no. I think I have to go back to Korthus? Dragonhead, I think? I don't remember where the hell. But yeah, I think it's around there. I remember it's through Northern Shroud up to the west up there, that green on the map up there. That's where you have to go if you're a Lancer. As a monk, I really should have paid attention. Oh my crap, where do I go as a monk? I have to look that up because that's important to know. Because that's where you go back to do your job quests every 5 levels. It ain't the Lancers Guild no more. Also, for those of you who are interested in a little trivia, every single time yesterday when I was recording all this, notice where my NPC is or where my quest is. Okay? Right in the middle of a fate. Every time yesterday. Doesn't matter if it was the monk class or job quest, if it was the Dragoon, or if it was just a main story quest. Every single time I had to find something in the overworld, there was a fate right beside it. More often than not, it was a boss fate that had been killed by like 10 people before. And for those not familiar with the way fates work, they work by the more people that killed it previous, the more HP it has now. So, yeah, me and the Marauder ended up 2-manning it. Don't ask me how, but we did it. And I ended up tanking the thing. I'm talking like a big boss too. This thing was not a pushover. This was a named fate boss. But that's getting way off topic now because that was a hell of a fight and that was fun. But yes, some parts in Northern Shroud are, well, I don't want to say challenging. They're confusing because there's 2 different elevations, and sometimes you're just gonna have to jump or go all the way around. I will say though, to the game's credit, this was a fun fight. I don't know if you'd really call it challenging. I mean, I do think I almost died here actually, so I guess it was kind of challenging, but you know, it's supposed to be. It's your big job. It's your big class quest at 30. You know, this is a big turning point in the game. Now, this fight does have its own fair share of stupid checks, and that, make no mistake, that's what they are. They're checking if you are stupid and competent enough to move out of the big AoEs. And funny enough, considering what I just said, I actually did not move out of the AoEs because I mistook them. I didn't think they were damaging. I thought they just slowed my movement speed. Never mind the fact that there are bright red numbers right here coming up. I did not see them. Because I thought, oh well, that just slows me down. It must be like the stuff in Totorock, right? Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. So, you know, I guess even I make stupid mistakes from time to time, but the next phase of the fight's really the challenging one, if I had to say, as long as you don't sit in this crap like I am. I mean, you do get the advantage of you don't muck up the whole area, because he will just keep spamming that crap and make the whole darn floor ice if you keep moving him. But, you know, eating that 50 damage a tick, or 40 damage a tick, is just not cool. Or maybe that was him auto-attacking, but that was an awful fast auto-attack for a Lancer, but getting way off topic here. I think this was the phase of the fight where I just started panicking. I was panicking because my health just nosedived to 400. But it makes the fight feel more epic, right? I guess. But yes, in this fight, I guess running out of ground is a valid concern, because if you just, like, make everything frosty and, well, that's bad. But as you can see, you've I mean, it's a pretty decent fight. Maybe I'm just very bad. That's a very, very reasonable assumption, because I'm not exactly great at Lancer. Dragoon, it's not my preferred class. It's a fun class, I just don't like it as much. So I'm not gonna be saying, no, you know what, I know what I'm doing. I acknowledge that I suck. I'm trying to find ways to make it so I don't suck. But I have to say, after 30, the Dragoon becomes more of a risk-reward class for me. I don't think Dragoon is especially the greatest class for a new player, for one reason. And that's not to say you can't do it as a new player, but the big reason is Jump. Jump by itself is a wondrous ability. Gives you extra damage off your global cooldown to weave in between your other skills. The problem with it is, it locks you in place, so if there's an AoE underneath you, oh boy, that's gonna hurt. So you can kind of see why a new player could end up tanking the floor accidentally more than a few times if they are gung-ho about using Jump off cooldown every time. There's a time and a place for Jump, and, you know, for a new player that doesn't know the fights, doesn't know when AoEs are coming, it can be fatal. I don't know if it's as fatal as it used to be, because Dragoons used to have terrible magic defense. I don't know about now, but, you know, if you're gonna be a Dragoon, be careful, folks. Don't jump willy-nilly. So, following your great victory, you do learn, in this case, phlebotomize, and there is only one really annoying thing when you finally get your job, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There might be a way to prevent this, but since I'm a noob, I don't really know how to do that quite yet. But luckily, phlebotomize went exactly where I wanted it to, so I didn't even have to do it. But yes, there's your job quest. Like I said, if you took 2 seconds to look around, you'll find it, at least in the Lancer Guild. In the Pugilist Guild, it's a little more difficult to find. You have to talk to the guild receptionist, I think. It's not Hamon, I know that much. Or, yeah, it's not him, it's one of the receptionists. I don't know where all of them are, but look around. Seriously, it's worth the trouble of doing it. Now, your job quest is quite a bit longer than your class quest usually, so that's why I skipped forward and I did a fate in the middle of it. And, yeah, so hopefully you don't mind me sparing you grinding, or I think is actually running back and forth. But yeah, Dragon Head's where we're going if you want to be a Dragoon. And stuff here is level 35. I think there's one area where you actually go do your Dragoon quest that's level 30, so don't worry, they're not going to send you like, go kill these level 35s. Well, at least not yet, they haven't. I don't know if other job quests do that, but the Monk and the Dragoon job quests gave you level appropriate enemies for wherever you were going. So don't feel too awful nervous. Now, getting to the level 30 areas, if you wander off, yeah, you might die. Because you might, tick off a level 35 and, well, there you go. But yes, we're going to go talk to Alberic here, because this is the Dragoon person we're sent to go talk to. And following a fairly lengthy conversation, you are sent on your way to go... Well, I'm not going to tell you the exact quest, but you're looking for somebody. That's, I guess, still a spoiler, but... Yes, we're not going to be getting into the lore and all the different stuff here, but yeah, I think you can see pretty much where we're going, and I think there's like, what, one more fight? 2 more fights? The reason I'm not skipping forward is because where they send you has some of the best battle music I've heard yet, in a very retro Final Fantasy way. And I believe I really just made a whoopsie moment here. I really did not need to teleport here. All I really had to do was go back exactly the way I came, and I think it would have probably been faster that way. But maybe not. Maybe you can just learn from me. Don't just go to Falgord Float. You don't have to do this. For other future Dragoons out there. See, really all I had to do was go exactly right where I was. So, yay stupidity, yay. Actually, it was more just impatience. I thought it'd be... I didn't look at the map first, that's my mistake, but... when you're going for your level 30 job, you want it now. You don't want to wait. I want to teleport there. Get in there now. I want it now. And, that's perfectly acceptable. It's just, you're probably gonna mess up doing that like I did. Okay, I did skip forward, so sue me. I wanted to get here quicker. But I'm gonna shut up now so you can fully enjoy this. Alright, enough boring, no commentary time. But yes, I was actually rather surprised at all the new music. I don't think I actually had to pull this, but I wanted to make sure, because I didn't know if this was going to be an open world or a duty type thing, but yeah, I like all the throwbacks. I mean, it's kind of, I guess, standard. It is a Final Fantasy game, but I just love Final Fantasy battle music. And I imagine a lot of people, either if you're watching this or you want to play the game, you probably are as well. So, wanted to share a little what you get to look forward to when you start playing. Yeah, as it turns out, it's actually just an open world thing, so I guess it was a good idea to do that, but I've noticed if you move out of AoE like this, like the purple circle here, during some things like this, if you go back in, 2 more things will spawn. Because I remember being in Hawthorne Hut doing a leave quest once, I think. Or maybe it wasn't a leave quest, maybe it's a main story quest, but yeah, if you walk out of that and go back in, I remember getting mobbed by like 6 things at once, because I had to dodge AoEs. So, you know, that's just one of those things to think about. By the way, this cutscene is awesome, so I'm not going to spoil it. And then I believe, finally, after all of this, and I skipped a few, go talk to this person, go do this, I skipped some of those, so yeah, after finally doing all of your job quests, I think this is finally the end of the Dragoon job quest. So as soon as we get back to Dragonhead, I believe we talk to that one dude one more time, and then he gives us our job crystal to become a Dragoon, finally. And it's a satisfying moment. It's like in an MMORPG whenever you finally get that one thing you were working so hard for. The thing you spent... Oh yeah, that was where I went, what the hell is that? I think I was cussing up a storm going, of course there's a fate here. Why isn't there? Because I was so mad. Because every single thing, there was always a fate right by it, if not on top of the quest chains I did yesterday. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, I didn't cut anything here. I believe that it just fade to black, so we could simulate actually telling Alberic here what happened during that one cutscene which we skipped. But yeah, as soon as we're done with this conversation, I believe we are Dragoon. I keep wanting to say Lancer, because I've been a Lancer for so long. A Dragoon. Okay, now I'm cutting, because that was a very long conversation. Longer than I remember it being. And it's spoilers in there as well, so yeah. Dragoon is unlocked. Now, for those who are unfamiliar, he did give us a job crystal. And you do need to equip that job crystal. It don't do jack unless you equip it. So remember to do that and save it in your what do you call it? Your gear set? Yeah, your gear set, that's the one. So you want to equip that. And this is the really freaking annoying thing that I was talking about. Notice my hotbars. Yeah. I don't have any hotbars anymore. So you gotta go back and do all this crap from scratch. I mean, from scratch. And this sucks. I think I spent a good 2 or 3 minutes alone just doing this. I'm not going to make you watch me redo all this, but be prepared. This is probably going to happen unless you can avoid it, which I don't know how to. Okay then, so now we're going to focus on our Chocobo companion and how to unlock it, because once you level it up, at least I'm thinking to level 4 if you're going the same way I am, then that's when they really become useful. You can unlock your Chocobo, you know, the one you're riding on, that will actually follow you into battle. And depending on what you want to spec it as, it can either be a tank, which I don't recommend personally, but I've never tried it, so I can't really give a fair explanation. You can have a tank, you can have a DPS, which is fine, more DPS is always good, or you can have a healer Chocobo, which is one I'm going to be trying to do. Leveling, I think it's like level 2 right now, so... To do that, you need to go to the Shroud, I think it's the Felgord, where we just were. Yeah, you want to go talk to, you can just look on the map, my feisty little Chocobo. So you go talk to this, start this quest chain, and there you go, bing bam, you got it. What the hell that meant, I don't know, but there you go. The quest chain is pretty much just, it gives you direct access to do it. I think you have to go to like Bent Branch Meadows, I think, and then you're basically sent to go fight with Chocobo. So that's what we're going to skip to, show you how that works. Now there is one thing you should probably be aware of, is that to summon your Chocobo into battle you have to have Gizzlegreens, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but yeah, that stuff they eat, which I'll show you exactly where to get, because I had a heck of a time finding it because I was just plain dumb. There's a vendor for it right here in Bent Branch Meadows, and they're actually pretty cheap. I think they're like, what, 720 gil for 20 of them, which is nothing almost at this level if you've been trying to save money like I have. So now, you have to go pick up... I think he only lets you do this once, so don't get used to free Gizzle Greens. You're not gonna become accustomed to it. But I think he only gives you the one because that's really all you need here. I think it lasts for 30 minutes, and then your Chocobo gets desummoned. Now, it used to be where you couldn't actually mount your Chocobo while you were its battle buddy. And that sounds really suggestive if you take that out of context. But you can't actually, use your Chocobo as a means of transportation or locomotion, if you will. Or you used to not be able to, I'm sorry. Now you can. Used to be able to, you couldn't though. But now you can, so it's a lot easier to go around leveling up your Chocobo so you're not just stuck sprinting from one place to the next. But now you need Gizzle Greens, and I'm going to show you exactly where it was, and I even had to look it up as to where it was, because I literally just overlooked it. It is at the Merchant and Mender vendor here. That's a lot of words that rhymed. But the point here is, I think it's under, what, Tools, I think? It's not under Weapons. I don't know why I even looked under Weapons. It's under Tools, I think. Unless this was the take where I just did not see it. Which it might be, because I'm not looking in the right place. There it is, Gizzle Greens. There we go. So, buy however much you want to do. You want to have in your inventory. I personally would recommend 20, because like I said, they're dirt cheap for this point in the game. If this is like level 10, yeah, you might have a point, but just stock up on them. And then come back once in a blue moon, stock up again, You use it, and there you go. Ordering your Chocobo. Now, Toby is ready to, well, kick some butt with us. But yes, you gotta learn how to control it, which in the first, you don't really have to at first, because you don't have any moves to tell it to do. But ordering your Chocobo really comes down to 3 things. You can either order it to go in healing stance, free stance, or DPS stance, or what was it? Well, there you go. Attacker stance, defender stance, which is tank stance, and free, which does anything at once. And then healer, attacker, whatever. They only do stuff from that tree. So if you are in an oh crap situation where you go, oh god, I need healing, but your Chocobo is in free stance and it doesn't heal until, too late, you want to switch it to healing stance so it'll heal earlier. So yeah, they send you, I think, to the level 30 area. As you can see exactly where we're going with that big orange circle over there. If you've never been up there, you sure will now, and you probably should have already been up there, because that's how you unlock the Hawk Manor, which I guess I never did actually show that, whoops. And this was me just going, okay, what do I... Alright. Because I wasn't quite sure about the ordering things, and I know what to do now. That's why I'm trying to impart what little wisdom I have to you, so you don't have to do this. You don't have to waste time doing that. But, for your first time through the game, I figure it's always better to look at the tutorials first, make sure you have a good handle on them before you just go into battle and get yourself killed accidentally. But if you're more the go do it now and just wing it, I guess you could probably do that in the first few levels of the Chocobo, but, once you've gotten your Chocobo to level 5, it's probably more efficient to use your commands. Why did I get off my Chocobo? I don't even remember why I got off of it. Well, that was stupid. Why I walked that whole way, I still do not know. But yes, your Chocobo does take some experience away from you, so that is a thing to consider. You're not going to get as much experience, but it's leveling up at the same time. And makes leveling up a bit easier. So it's really just one of those, do you want to level up your Chocobo, or do you want all the XP yourself? That's the choice you're going to have to make. Personally, I recommend just, you having your Chocobo out just whenever you feel like it. Whenever you feel like just grinding with music on in the background. That's what I do. Of course, my Chocobo is only level 2 right now. But as I go further up in the levels, I'm assuming that's probably what I'm going to do to try and, just level it up. Of course, your Chocobos are going to sit in AoEs, folks. Just get used to it now. It's going to happen. Look at it this way. At least you'll know what the debuffs do then. Just look at the tooltip so you can see what they do, right? That's one way to look at it. Don't look at it as your Chocobo's too stupid to get out of it. Just look at it as, now I know what it does. But yeah, I'm not going to show, I think I grinded for a solid hour doing this. I just want to show you what fighting with Chocobo is like. And, Now you got it. You don't really have to do anything right off the bat, and by the time you do have to do something, you'll have learned what to do by then. So, yeah, they're even telling you, dummy, you haven't leveled up your Chocobo yet, which is a good thing to show here. I hadn't leveled up anything yet. But Choco Regan sounds a lot better than what it is. It's not really the greatest heal. At least not yet. I think it does like, what, 10 healing per tick? I guess we'll see right here. Also, the observant will notice I forgot to put on Fists of Earth, because I am forgetful and did not notice. This would have helped immensely right here, as a matter of fact. Because I, for some reason, decided, oh, the Chocobo will just finish that one off. Why isn't the Chocobo finishing that one off? Oh god, this hurts. Don't rely on a level 1 Chocobo. Well, not level 1. You know, I think the Chocobo does scale with your level. So if you're a level 60, it'll be level 60. If your class is level 1, it'll be a level 1. But skill level, it's only level 1. If that makes sense whatsoever, because it only has Choco Regan. Hopefully you get what I'm saying here, because I'm wording it very poorly, I realize. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Hopefully this helped you either get your Chocobo, get your job, or made you realize, oh crap, I have to go do one of those two things. If so, I feel this was a success. But thank you guys very much for watching. As always, if you'd like to help support the channel and help it grow, you may wish to like or even subscribe for easier access to future videos. Farewell everyone, until next time.